Hey guys, it's your old pal Brian. Hey, boy, it's really neat to talk with all you folks, Rob, Peter, of course Simon, Bob, Mike, all the rest of you. I'm finally getting over my lurgy, I don't know how Simon pronounces it. I'm using a thing called a head speed calculator. It's on my Android telephone, and I'm experimenting. Bob gave me a little inspiration here with pitch and throttle curves. Now I've always experimented with throttle curves but never pitch. That's the 500 beast there, nice and close up. You set the head speed calculator here, and what it does is through sound it's able to very accurately, I might add, detect your head speed. But anyway, I measured my pitch for the first time, and it's negative, or that is +5 at 0. It should be 0 at mid stick. So let's look at that mid stick. I don't know if you can see this or not. Your pitch should be 0. Mine's +5. It still doesn't lift up off the ground. Down here I think it's -5 or 6, and then up here the pitch is really great. It's you can look down there and see the pitch is unbelievable. It's +12 degrees. So here mid stick, it's not really mid stick, it's 0, +5 degrees, and down here it's negative. You really want it 0, positive, and negative, and I think I can adjust that on the swash. I'm still real new at this. One of the biggest things I've been doing to make mine less twitchy is, and I kind of noticed it, what I've done is now I got to pick on Simon a little bit, and maybe Peter. This is a programmable radio. It's $135 US, drop shipped. You can find them cheaper on eBay. It has 10 different models that you can plug in here, and you program everything in from the transmitter itself. You can see throttle curve here perhaps. This is a cheap version. Rob's got the expensive version. This will do you though. You don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Rob's just got some crazy money. That was a joke. Anywho, one of the things you do though is I was able to just take my old settings from my 450 and copy them over here and use them as a jumping off point. Well, let me tell you a little secret about Hobby King's motors. They are way underrated. I'll just set the heli head speed indicator here. Let's spool this baby up. So I was getting way too much head speed. Way too much. And now we're in normal. Now I'm in idle up. You can't really tell the difference. I've got them so close together now. You don't hear a marked jump in idle up. A little bit of a pitch pump there, trying to let the heli head speed indicator pick up how much head speed I got. You know, I don't mind if it's jumping up to 3,000 RPM, but the book on this says that I should be around 2,600 RPM, and that's where I want to be. I think I might have dumbed it down a little bit too low. So we're going to set it down. I'm still in idle up. It's just a little bit too lethargic. See my mid stick here? Well, here's mid stick. Ooh, yeah, I got to move my mid stick. Because mid stick, it does want to lift up off the ground. It should be 0. I got to figure out how to do that. I think you can do it either through the linkages or through the swash itself. I'm probably going to adjust it. You can also adjust it through pitch on the radio. I think I'm going to adjust it the other way. Anyway, back down to normal, and then we shut it down. And we're going to not lop our arm off on this beast. See, you can tell I need to. Uh-oh, somebody trying to call me. You can tell I need to balance my blades. I really need to get away from those blades. Let's go back to heli head speed here and see where we're at. I don't have my glasses on. I have my sunglasses. My sunglass camera. Let's see. I don't think I ever started it. No, you know what? I never started it. Let's try this again. Edit. Let's try this again. We just need to run it up real quick. Yeah, these fine-tuned settings I really need to get into, because I haven't been getting into them, and that's really going to help me when I start to do loops and rolls and things like that. Yeah, the old pitch pump. It's still kind of cold out here. It's in the 50s and high humidity. And it's supposed to be nearly, I think, 70 today. There we go. Watch my blades wobble. That's something I've never done. I've never balanced my blades, and I really need to balance my blades. Alright, well, I'll report to you what this is later, most likely. Let's see what we're getting. Well, I think pitch pump I'm getting up to 29 or something. I really can't see it. I'll report to y'all a little bit later. But anywho, that's kind of what's doing. I'm going to fly the thing around a little bit now, and hopefully y'all will enjoy the humor that is my flying. Oh, and congratulations, by the way, on your build, Peter. It's fantastic. Hope y'all get your transmitter deal sorted out. That's a big pain in the butt. It's the only thing I lament about the $40 transmitters is that they, I think we had Mike, or it must have been Mike or someone on the web boards is having trouble with his, and I think even Simon on his original setup on his, he had to screw around with it, and that's kind of frustrating. I was able to finagle a little more expensive transmitter out of my wife, because she's in charge of everything. I'm deathly afraid of her. And get the $135 programmable. I think the same one in Australia is like, what, $9,000? I don't know what's up with the price of stuff over there, but that's crazy. Anywho, yeah, the programmable transmitter I like, and linking up with the Spectrum receivers is, as you see on Hobby King now, the Spectrum receivers, which is a great receiver. You know, you get a lot of griping about it with brownouts and stuff, and it will brown out. The Spectrum receivers now are $8. The satellite that's coming in a little brown box for this in the coming days is $14. The satellite costs more than the receiver. So anywho, I don't know that I'm liking my dumbed down head speed that much, but I imagine I'm going to like the times I'm getting out of here. When I dumbed it down a while back, I was getting 7.5 minutes, which is crazy, because the batteries that I'm using, you know, I'm lashing 2 batteries together in series to get 22.2 volts out of this to fly. And that's kind of a ganky little way of doing business. You know, my pyro speeds are significantly shortened now that I've reduced my head speed. But anywho, well, that's what's doing. Been sick for, I don't know, 10 days or so. Finally got a decent night's sleep last night, abusing the drug Benadryl, which is a great all-around allergy med, and I'm a cheap date on it. There again, glad that 2 of our board members were able to get together and build a heli. Shocking that the workbenches look so similar. It's actually hilarious. Yeah, my pirouette speeds have greatly reduced. Now I've reduced head speed. I might have reduced it too low. Blah, 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 blah. Rob, have safe passage to the U.S. 14 hours on an airplane. Man, oh man, that's crazy. I would be asleep for that entire event, just about. I wouldn't be surprised if Miss K didn't murder you during the event. Bob, good luck. I mean, it's, you know, the intricacies of this is kind of where they say the devil is in the details, is really where it's at, because, you know, look at me, I grossly got this thing in the air, but, you know, you can, other than the fish tanking that I'm doing right now, if you want to, you know, kind of go beyond it, you got to get into pitch curves and throttle curves and swash mixes. And the nice thing is that there's a manual. I mean, you know, on the 450 you can follow the manual. There's a link in it. There's a link to the manual for the 450 that I sent you, reference pitch gauge. It was at the bottom. You can look at that link and see if it doesn't give you some inspiration. See if y'all could ever, if this thing was ever in frame, but I'm terrible about keeping it in frame. As far as throttle curves go, they're really for lack of better terms, they're intimate to your setup. So giving you throttle curves generically doesn't necessarily help you. Yeah, I think I need to run my throttle curves up a little higher. This thing is spongy. You actually have to figure out what kilovolt motor you got, what your battery is, and it'll tell you what your head speed should be. It'll also tell you what your head speed should be in the book. And then you have to do some kind of tricky math to get your head speed just right. There you go. That's a big old 500. It's funny because with the big llama that I used to fly, see that thing, and one of them blades probably weighs about 5 pounds more than the other. With a big llama that I used to fly, we would to carry the helicopter, you would carry it like this. And even the 450, I carry it like this. This one, you just grab it by one big old giant blade. It's a beast. It's a beast. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed my silly video, and I'm gonna go up it, and I'll add to you what my head speed was as well. See ya!